Hello everyone, it is now Sunday, after the April 20th Monday City Council meeting. Yeah, I know I was a little slow getting this out this week, sorry about that. Not a whole lot went on, and there were a couple questions I want to try and get answered before I put this video up, but it didn't really work out that I had the answers yet anyway, so I wanted to put something out there. Not a whole lot of real substance at the City Council meeting this last Monday. I did want to let you know that the Cascade Creek redevelopment, which was covered in the Post Bulletin, that is being discussed, and that is going to be in a redevelopment in an area between Civic Center, 6th Avenue, and 4th Street in the Kutsky Park neighborhood, bordering up against Cascade Creek. It should be a really wonderful project to help continue the process of making that neighborhood what it should be, one of our great urban neighborhoods, and something, it's the kind of cooperation with the local neighborhoods that a lot of the core neighborhoods deserve, not just Kutsky Park, but all of our core neighborhoods, whether that be Washington, Slattery, Historic Southwest, Eastside Pioneers, Northrop. All these neighborhoods deserve to, when a development project's going on, they certainly deserve to be worked with. And that's something that I give Metro Plains a lot of credit for, because they've done a good job of working with the community, and as such, I think the community is going to come forward showing strong support for this project, because they see it as something that's mutually beneficial for the neighborhoods, and that's what we need to do as infill development continues in the future. What's not going to happen is the kind of incidents that were happening with Washington Village, and that's something that I want to make very clear that I support that. Another interesting thing that came up is there's discussion Highway 14 is going to be rebuilt. And myself and some other council members are stating very strongly that this is a highway that runs through a neighborhood, and we're going to do everything in our powers to make sure that the people who live in those neighborhoods have safe crossings of the highway, that's safe for pedestrians, cyclists, cars, and transit. And this asphalt jungle approach that we've taken for far too long is not going to happen there, and we're going to make sure those neighborhoods have a project in the end that they can be proud of as well, and we're not going to let anyone, whether it be MnDOT or certain individuals within the city, step on the people's right to have a great neighborhood. With regards to what actually happened at the City Council meeting, I brought up that there were actually some votes that I had abstained from in the previous meeting, and I wasn't given a chance to abstain, so what I did is I simply pointed out, and we're going to adjust the minutes. But in terms of the what I view as being delay tactics on the tree ordinance, that's not something that I support, and there was another thing in there too, and I'm just going to have the minutes adjusted to reflect that. One thing that came up is traffic control for the farmers market. It's a wonderful thing that goes on throughout the summer downtown. Brings a lot of people out, and these people deserve a safe crossing of 4th Street. And for some reason, it's there are certain individuals that just seem hell-bent on not having a crosswalk in that area. And it's something I've never quite understood, why in a downtown area there'd be some people so opposed to crosswalks. But we're going to put out some cones. We're going to have some discussion of if any issue comes up, we're going to try and address it immediately. But we did move forward with a traffic plan for that area. It doesn't involve painting a crosswalk, which is something I personally would have liked to have seen. But we're going to ensure the pedestrians are safe down there, and if it requires painting a crosswalk, we're going to do that. I also wanted to point out something that I don't think would have been caught on the TV cameras that were broadcasting the meeting, but something that I'm going to do is every time we have one of these developers that end up dropping the ball and basically ripping off the taxpayers, leaving us footing their bills, I'm going to try and at least have their name put in the public record, so people know who's ripping off their citizens. And in this particular case, it would be Platinum Development, I'm told, of the area called Rochester Town Club Village. Platinum's headed for bankruptcy, basically leaving a lot of fees for the city to pay $100,000 out of the taxpayer's pocket. I just want to make sure that Platinum Development, they're your culprit on that one, and find out the names associated with it, make sure we don't do business with them in the future. I also I pulled from the consent agenda a mowing project around a stormwater management area that we're going to be doing some work on this summer. I pulled it because the actual estimate came in at 65% over what the engineering estimate was, so I was wondering if maybe we could wait and get a better price on that. But as it turns out, the reason why it came in is because the engineer's estimate was the price that the guy did it for last year, and I think he lost his shirt on it, so he came back with a more reasonable price. And it is time sensitive, so it does get to be done. So we're basically going to spend a couple thousand more than we had initially planned for, but it does sound like we're not going to be any better off waiting on it, and it does need to be done. Coming up this week, we're going to be talking about the energy ordinance. We don't have a regular council meeting, but we have a committee of the whole. We're going to be talking about the energy ordinance and one other item. Let me check and see if I can find out what that other item is. Yeah, you think when I take this was time to make a video, I'd get organized. But two items on the committee of the whole. You'll just have to live in suspense and come down and see what it is if you want to if you want to discuss it. The other thing is that tree ordinance is still out there, and we're going to pass a tree ordinance. It's going to be a strong tree ordinance. I look forward to what the builders are going to be proposing in terms of what they see as the optimal solution. I'm very, very flexible. I want to work with them in any way possible, but at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. When you build a new house in Rochester, we will have the boulevard trees planted. They will be the proper species, and they will be planted properly. And it's going to be covered by the homeowner, the builder, whatever. It's not going to be covered by the taxpayer, and that's the way we are going forward. Just have to drive around town, and you can tell which areas are the new areas, and which developers don't really care about putting trees in. Some of them are real good, some of them are not. We don't pass ordinances to hurt the good developers. We pass ordinances because we have some developers who just don't give a damn, and that's there's something. It's not that the trees are pretty. You've heard me say this many times. It's the fact that the tax dollars that go to public works infrastructure in terms of maintaining the roads is significantly less when we have boulevard street trees properly planted. In addition, our stormwater runoff capacity can be less as well. Again, lowering taxpayer demands simply by putting street trees in. They're pretty, yes, but they also serve a vital function as part of protecting our investment in public works. Sounds like this is going to be delayed. Again, it's coming. I look forward to coming up with something, and if it's something that the builders are happy with, that's very good. But at the end of the day, we're going to have properly planted boulevard trees, approximately 35 feet spacing, correct species, and I look forward to getting that enacted, and it's going to be done pretty quickly, sooner rather than later. So if you have any questions, you can always email me at Wojcik, VOTEWOJCIK @gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, or of course you can give me a call. My home line is 507-206-4544. I've had opportunity to do a lot of fun things. I did the tree planting yesterday. One of the absolute best part in being in a position like this is getting out to meet some of the great community members and perhaps representing some viewpoints that have been stepped on in the past. So again, I'm always happy to answer your questions, and feel free to contact me if you feel necessary. Have a great week. Bye-bye.